All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for part two of New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 Climax Day 6. And we are on the New Japan World Player, and we have fast forwarded to 1 minute, 33 seconds, or 1 hour, 33 minutes, and 45 seconds. Apologies for that little mix up at the beginning. And we are going to play here again on go, not on one, but on go. 3, 2, 1, go. And we're starting things off here with Yujiro Takahashi. I believe he is taking on Nagata here, Yuji Nagata.
And this is going to be a very interesting matchup, Ashton. I mean, we know Yujiro Takahashi, the playboy of the Bullet Club, but he's had very impressive outings. And I mean, that's the thing. You don't have to win. I mean, winning, of course, is nice, especially in something as important as the G1 Climax, but you don't have to win necessarily to be impressive. And I still feel like Takahashi's been very impressive in this tournament with his performances. I
So
mean,
do
he
you
held
think
his
that Takahashi has it in him to pick up his first win here against Nagata?
I absolutely do. I think if we see the Takahashi that really pushed Goto and Ishii, to the limit, I feel like Yuji Nagata could be upset by Takahashi here, but that's not to take Nagata lightly. I mean, his technical acumen is beyond compare. I think he's one of the most technically savvy and submission sound wrestlers in New Japan. And just
And
seeing
right
him out
away
going for
here,
that
we had an
armbar early.
amazing exchange. Takahashi went for an armbar, but Nagata didn't even let him get close to locking it in and turned it into an armbar of his own. So
See now,
Takahashi already on the ropes a bit.
Exactly. And see, now I was very praiseworthy of Takahashi just a moment ago, but I've got to chastise him there. I think it's very stupid to try and play the mat game, to try and play the submission game with Yuji Nagata. That's not your strength. I feel like Takahashi's strength is utilizing his environment, is utilizing his quickness. He's got to outthink Nagata before anything else. Now he's got the head scissors here.
And not only does he have the head scissors, but he's actually using his free arm there that he's not holding his body up with to kind of hook Nagata's arm. Obviously, that didn't actually stay locked in for very long because he got out of it. But now we have the rear chin lock.
Yeah, absolutely. I like how Takahashi, I appreciate his tenacity to go from hold to hold. But again, there is the experience of Nagata. Gets the hammer lock on Takahashi. Beautiful. And
I
now look at that,
almost,
traps the arm. And I think he's going to try and go for a cover here, and he does,
yeah, that
too.
was
And
a really cool pin attempt.
what were you getting ready to say, partner?
I was getting ready to say, I wonder if Nagata has some MMA experience in his background because he
I,
definitely moves like an MMA fighter would.
I believe Nagata does have MMA experience. It's going to be, a topic for more investigative journalism. But Takahashi there with the biting of the thumb. He's done that so many times before, and there's the snapmare takedown. Now he's going to go over. Oh, went for the kick. Nagata's got it. Oh, went for the chest kick there, but Takahashi's quickness again. That's his strength. Play to your strengths. Takahashi, I believe I described him in one G1 Climax match, maybe even against Ishii recently, as wily. I mean, the guy,
Well, it turns out Nagata has very little MMA experience, but he does have it. Apparently, he is 0-2 in MMA.
interesting.
But I mean, it's still worth noting that he does have experience in MMA, however little it may be.
Absolutely. And it is worth noting, he has a better record thus far in the G1
Oh, but
Climax.
Cody
Oh,
Hall
Cody Hall.
just clubs Nagata from behind, and then the knee, and then another punch to almost to the hip, and then another knee. And Takahashi has the ref distracted this whole time.
These two have worked together so many times before. They've really got their tandem down to a science. And now Takahashi, I guess, is just going to kind of plead with the referee. Oh, please, it'll never happen again. Now he's just admonishing Cody Hall. Now Takahashi's going to take advantage, and there's the guardrail right in Nagata's back there after the Irish whip. And these are the openings that Takahashi is so good at exploiting, Ashton.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, he just kind of slammed Nagata's chest there up against the guardrail, and this is exactly the kind of situation that Takahashi can take advantage of and potentially, as we've been talking about, pull the upset here. And I would consider it an upset, not even necessarily because of records, but just because Takahashi doesn't really seem like the type that would be able to beat someone like Nagata.
I completely agree with you. I mean, the
It's a clash.
disparity
It's a
between.
clash of styles, and I don't want to make an AJ Styles joke right now, but that really is what it is.
Well, absolutely. I mean, the disparity between these two athletes is so great that you have to imagine that Takahashi beating Yuji Nagata would be the upset of the day. here, on day 6 of G1 Climax. But Takahashi's in control for the moment.
It's kind of an odd matchup because Takahashi is kind of like this wily, not even really a veteran. I mean, I'm sure he has some experience under him because he's 34 years old. He's been wrestling for a while, but he doesn't really come off as a veteran. He just kind of comes off as a cheapskate. Like he's trying to get wins as cheaply as possible, as quickly as possible. He's got definite wrestling ability. Look at that with the deadlift gut buster. Very beautiful. But it seems like Takahashi is more concerned with winning cheaply than just flat out beating your opponent. And Nagata, on the other hand, he's got about 13 years on Takahashi. He's 47 years old, and he is that pure purores, just straight up, let me wrestle you, let me, chain wrestle you, let me fight with you, and let me beat you.
Exactly, and what a boot there by Takahashi. He's so fond of those boots. We see him in the corner, we see him against the ropes, and Nagata there, great ring awareness. Knew to get his foot on the rope. I don't think he had the power in that shoulder to kick out. So he improvised, and now Takahashi going to stay on the attack. And that's the thing, though, Ashton. I mean, you say that Takahashi's a cheapskate. I'm not going to contend that point, but Takahashi's strategy did take Goto to the limit, and it did take Ishii to the limit as well. So
he's taking people to limits, but he hasn't won a match yet.
Exactly, and look at that dropkick, very pointed dropkick, right on the arm, it should be noted. And I think he's really working over the arm and gut of Nagata from where I sit.
Yeah, Nagata definitely holding that arm in pain.
Absolutely. Well, again, that ring awareness earlier, if he was a bit further away from those ropes, Takahashi may have won the match right there. I don't think Nagata had the power in that arm to make a proper kick out. Now Nagata going to fight back there. Nice forearm. I think that was a slap there. Takahashi responds with a gut blow, and he sinks right to his knees. The pain was so bad, Ashton, he sunk right to his knees.
Twice in a row.
Wow. That's bad. Takahashi is in firm control here. What a knee to the gut, though, by Nagata. That could be the opening that Nagata needs to turn this thing around.
Nagata's still in a lot of pain in that midsection, though.
Yeah, look at him breathing, just everything. He even kind of stifled a little bit there. Nagata has the wind driven out of him, but now he's going to go for those chest kicks. There's one. I think he likes to get 3 off. Usually there's 2. Takahashi pretty much in the corner here. 3.
Oh, and he might be setting up for the lightning. Oh, no, that's Kojima. Never mind.
Yeah, that is Kojima, but regardless, Takahashi does sink to almost a knee there. Irish whip into the other corner, beautiful, and there's a boot there by Nagata.
Almost a page out of Takahashi's face, because that's something Takahashi's been doing a lot of in this tournament so far.
Exactly, and look at that. That blatant eye rake, doesn't give a damn. Just Takahashi. Nagata, though, reverses off the ropes.
Oh, beautiful belly-to-belly exploder from Nagata.
Absolutely, cover. And Takahashi kicks out.
Nagata is getting into a little bit of a rhythm, though, and that's something that Takahashi needs to work to get him out of.
Absolutely. I mean, I think Takahashi has a brilliant game plan. Targeting the arm of Nagata makes it harder for him to hook in the Shirome, that arm bar, and also the gut's got to drive the wind out of him, which makes offense like that difficult, as you just saw. So Takahashi certainly has a brilliant game plan here.
Very good storytelling in this match right now.
Absolutely. Now the forearms being exchanged between these two men. Who's going to give? Ashton has a rule of thumb. Whoever deviates from the forearms first usually wins.
It looks like it's going to end up being Takahashi.
You would have to think, but Nagata loves playing the game. He'll play it every time. I'll tell you, this is one guy I know that actually likes
it is.
Mouth.
Kick to the gut, and Takahashi takes control.
Right in that bad gut. Dude, Nagata is in such a bad way.
Oh, but big boot from Nagata.
Beautiful. He's staying in it. He's staying in it, is Nagata. But now he gets hung up. And right on the gut, too. Normally it's the throat, but he got him there on the gut. If he could cradle him here, it might be over. And no, Fisherman
Buster.
There it is. That could be it right there. I don't know if Nagata has the strength to kick out.
I thought that was it.
Oh, wow.
That looked so much like it was it. That was such a close 2 count.
Oh, wow, and Takahashi knows it, too. Look at the frustration on Takahashi.
Cody Hall, you need to learn that Takahashi isn't the Terminator. Kenny Omega is.
And, the boot in the corner there by Takahashi finally gets it. And let's see if he can capitalize.
Oh, is he going to go for a pile driver or a power bomb here?
I'm thinking power bomb in the corner.
It looked almost like he was lifting him up for a pile driver. I think we might end up getting a back body drop instead here, though. Look at Nagata. He's stiffing him. No, but Takahashi just gives up on it. Nagata, inverted STO. Almost a T-bone suplex there into the corner.
Yeah, nice suplex there by Nagata. And now I'd say the playing field is just about evened out. And can you imagine the trouble that Nagata must be having breathing right now, and he's still fighting through the pain? That's how much the G1 Climax means to Yuji Nagata.
You almost have to wonder if he has any kind of bruised or fractured or maybe even potentially broken ribs right now.
Exactly. I mean,
that's
that's
constantly going at that stomach, abdominal rib area.
There's the knee there to Takahashi.
I think he wants the vertical here. Maybe a brainbuster. Brainbuster!
He got it. He got it. Can he capitalize? But see, he's so slow to the cover, Ashton, because of that gut.
Oh, but Takahashi kicks out.
Wow, that was as close to 3 as it gets. Takahashi, though, staying in it. And Nagata, though, I think you may be right, Ashton. We may be dealing with broken ribs here, and that could be the difference maker for Takahashi. Now Nagata picking up Takahashi.
Beautiful. Just a jumping Enziguri to the back of the head.
Enziguri, perfect form. I'm honestly surprised Nagata was able to get it off. I know he's just in a really bad way. Now he's going to pick Takahashi up. Could it be Saito suplex? But look at the position. It's
Takahashi wants a low blow. No! Oh, he went for the Saito, but Takahashi shifted the weight and ended up doing a crossbody. Now the low blow.
Now if he could just get Nagata cradled, it seems like all the work's been done here. There's the cradle. The ref right in position. Two. Oh, Nagata kicks out.
I can't believe he kicked out. I thought that was it.
I thought that was it, too. I mean, you got to believe Nagata, bad ribs, bad arm, gets a low blow. You already had difficulty breathing as is, but, I mean, let me tell you something, folks. You get hit in the yam bags, it's not a fun day. And Takahashi still can't pick up the win here. What a clothesline.
That might be it. 1, 2.
2.
Oh, my God, Nagata kicked out again.
Nagata will not die. He will not quit.
Nagata showing the heart of a young lion at 47 years old.
Absolutely. Takahashi, what does he have to do? I mean, this man does every trick in the book, every match, and once again, it's proving not to be enough.
Oh, he wanted the deadlift, but Nagata's stopping him again.
I think he's
Nagata
got that.
Nagata is just not giving anything to Takahashi right now.
And
back body drop. Oh, there it is. Back body drop. That had to hurt.
Oh, I thought Takahashi was going to clip him. No.
Another drop kick pointed right at those bad ribs of Nagata. Perfect aim from Takahashi. And now he gets him up into a fireman's carry.
Nice! That's going to be it. That's going to be it right there. 1, 2, 3 count.
What do you even call that, John?
I think that's like... I think Sean O'Hare used to do a move like that. I don't know what you call it, though. It's a variation of a Death Valley driver. That much I know for sure. But I'll tell you what else it is. It's what's won Takahashi this match. He did it, dude.
Takahashi is on the board.
Takahashi is on the board, and you know what? Say what you will about Takahashi, his game plan was brilliance. Sheer brilliance going after those ribs.
He calls that move the Miami Shine.
The Miami Shine. Well, Takahashi got it off, and that brought the 3 count. And, dude, you said it best earlier. That drop kick, I think, made all the difference in the world.
It was so precise, and you could even see the camera angle was perfect for it. He hit Nagata directly in the area that Nagata kept grabbing at. Maybe Nagata should have done a better job of hiding his pain in that match, but I mean, I don't know how well you can hide it when you're in that much pain.
Absolutely, dude. You know what? I think the moment that Nagata began favoring those ribs, it was the beginning of the end for him. And yes, you're seeing this right, folks. Takahashi is on the board, which means that Doc Gallows now is a man on an island. Because now Takahashi even knows what it's like to win a match.
I don't know if any of our listeners have ever gotten bruised or broken or any kind of bad kind of ribs before, but it is one of the most painful experiences that you can possibly imagine. Everything hurts. And I don't even mean everything as in like, oh, doing sit-ups hurts or like anything. No, breathing hurts. Moving, walking, lying down in bed trying to sleep. Every single thing that you try to do with injured ribs becomes a chore, becomes a difficult task, becomes painful.
Which, I mean, folks, given Ashton's description there, should show you the heart of Yuji Nagata. He may not have won this match, but I'll be damned if he didn't give us everything he had. And Takahashi was just the better man tonight, pure and
He was
simple.
kicking out of everything. But here, this is an interesting matchup. Hirooki Goto and Tomoaki Honma. I say it before every Honma match. He never wins, but he always drags us into it and leads us to believe that he can do it.
Honma really took Okada to the limit. I think he showed everybody in that arena that night that he can be a future world champion.
I think the match of Honma's that I'm looking most forward to is when he finally gets to face Ishii again, because the last time we saw those men face off, they put on an absolute barn burner. And I just imagine that with the stakes raised as high as they are now, it might even get better.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. And Hirooki Goto has been such a phenomenal Intercontinental Champion. I mean, one of the toughest men, I think, in his block. And I mean, this is going to be a clash of wills. You know, normally we say clash of styles. No, I mean, both these guys have such strong wills to win, but only one can emerge a winner. You know, unless this is the first match in this tournament to go to a draw, but I find that to be highly unlikely. This tournament's done a good job of having definitive winners so far.
Absolutely. And based exclusively on accomplishments and accolades, you have to think that Hirooki Goto is immediately the favorite to win this match.
Absolutely. Well, again, he didn't get to be the Intercontinental Champion by sitting at home. You know, he beat Shinsuke Nakamura for that championship. And when you beat a man the caliber of Nakamura, you can say, I've beaten one of the best that New Japan has to offer. That's what Honma has to look forward to here in a few minutes.
And sadly, it's more than Michael Elgin can say, because even though Michael Elgin has technically in the record books defeated Shinsuke Nakamura, it was by forfeit.
Exactly. And Goto, you have to imagine, I mean, after that loss to Karl Anderson, he's going to really want to, you know, kind of climb back into this thing. And I don't think it's ever been done before in New Japan, at least to my knowledge, again, which is very little, admittedly. But I don't think I've ever witnessed somebody unify the Intercontinental and World Championships. And I like how, you know, when each person comes out, they get their current tournament standing. Goto is 1-1. So, you know, this is his third matchup now. We'll see if he can come out ahead or if he's going to fall behind. Honma has yet to win a match. He is 0-2. So, you know, a lot riding on this for Honma.
Absolutely.
So, I'm thinking you're favoring Goto in this match?
Oh, you have to. I mean, I love Tomoaki Honma. He's definitely one of my top 5 favorite people on the roster of New Japan. But I mean, say what you will about how entertaining he is, he doesn't win a lot of matches.
Absolutely. And you know what? I don't know. I feel like Honma has an upset inside of him. You know, I really do. You know, maybe it would have even been against Okada, but obviously that didn't happen. You know, Rainmaker put a stop to that. But I feel like Honma has inside of him the ability to get that big win that just makes all of us jump out of our seats and look at him in a whole new way. Tonight could be that night, and who better than against the Intercontinental Champion?
Oh, absolutely. It's going to happen. We're going to get at least one big Honma upset in this tournament. I just am curious as to when it's going to happen. I think Honma might beat Takahashi when they face off.
I mean, hell, it could be tonight. It could be against
Goto.
Goto.
It very well could be tonight. It could be. That would be shocking, and that would be a great way for New Japan to kind of shove Honma into the Intercontinental Championship picture as well.
Absolutely. We know Karl Anderson can already stake his claim there whenever he wants, having beaten Goto, but you know, if Honma could do the same, I mean, that would really have to shake the confidence of the Intercontinental Champion, as he's got just excellent control of that side headlock.
Absolutely. And Honma bounces him off the ropes, but Goto just keeps it locked in. This
I
seems
love
like
it.
something that Goto does that not a lot of other people in New Japan do. Keeping that side headlock locked in for as long as he possibly can, just wearing down the opponent, grinding at their head, trying to maybe even potentially make them lose consciousness if possible.
Absolutely. Honma finally breaks free, but look at that. Eats a shoulder block for his troubles.
Goto goes over and, goes for an arm drag or a hip toss, but then Goto reverses into a hip toss of his own. Oh, but Honma with the double elbows to the chest. And then another one.
And that's just, I mean, that's the fire of Honma. This man won't be denied. And I thought maybe he was going to try for a headbutt early. You know that Honma has a propensity to do so, but I like that he's being a bit more conservative, at least for the moment,
It
because
seems like the longer Hanma waits to attempt his first headbutt, the better accuracy he has.
right. Well, I mean, and it makes so much sense on so many levels. I mean, first and foremost, because you're wearing your opponent down more.
Oh, he's
Oh,
gonna
he's
go for one
calling
really
for it.
early.
Oh, and if doesn't get it, of course. Oh man, and a nice
Goto.
elbow drop there. Yeah.
Very creative offense. Not even worrying about rotating Hanma so that he could get it in the chest. Just an elbow right to the back.
Yeah, and if you noticed, it seemed like Honma was favoring that one shoulder, it looked like.
And that could
So,
be even more of an issue for Hanma in this tournament. Not really ever been much of a consistent winner that I know of, and add a shoulder injury into the mix, and that's going to make things even worse for him.
exactly. Well, I mean, I think paying attention to those kinds of things, you see Honma there with his foot on the rope. I think
Didn't
paying
even let
attention to
the
those kinds
referee count to one.
absolutely. I
Very
think paying
smart.
attention yeah. I think paying attention to those kinds of things, though, with Honma's shoulder is so important given what we saw in the last match with Nagata's ribs. It really just shows you how one injured body part could be just a huge difference maker, not within the context of just a match, but potentially, your whole tournament experience. See now Goto goes into the cover, but Honma staying in it, and then goes right into the rear chin lock with the knee just driven into the back.
Yeah, as far as the actual tournament goes, it's about 18 days spread out over the course of 4 weeks. And this is only day 6. So we've still got almost 70% of this tournament left. And there are going to be a lot more injuries that start to really pile up, because that's the thing. As soon as somebody starts to show a little bit of weakness, their opponent is always going to try and target that to try and get the win with it.
Exactly. I mean, this is day 6, so we've gone through 1/3 of this tournament already, but there's still so much to go. And I love Goto's tenacity. I love how he goes from one hold to another. You saw earlier, he had the rear chin lock. Now he's got the head scissors. And now it almost looks like he could do push-ups with it if he wanted to, but he's got him in locked in so tight. The leg strength of Goto on full display. And imagine the difficulty Honma must have to even breathe. And again, using his body, getting the foot on the rope, Goto has to make the break. Looks a bit annoyed by it, but look at that, keeping it in. That's a bit uncharacteristic of Goto, don't you think?
A little bit.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Perhaps Goto, I mean,
he might be just feeling salty after losing to Karl Anderson, knowing that he might have to deal with him again in his future for the IC title.
And that's very true. I mean, and here's the thing, too. I'm not saying Goto did. This isn't an accusation. But he may have been overlooking Karl Anderson, And I don't think he wants to make that same mistake with Honma. And look at Honma firing up. Oh, Honma wants more. Honma's telling him to bring it. Come on, Goto, what do you got? You're the Intercontinental Champion. Is that all you got? And Goto responds in kind, no, that's not all I've got. And now they're going at it here.
Just exchanging forearms. Again, someone's going to change it up.
I bet you it's going to be Goto.
Probably.
He held in that little head scissors a little bit longer. I could see him making the break. I think this guy just wants to definitively get wins on the board. And oh man, a flurry here from both men. Jesus!
It looks like for every one forearm Honma hits on Goto, though, Goto's getting 2 off on Honma. Oh no, he's just grabbing him from behind the head. Okay, never mind.
Oh my god. I feel like we need a time card 5 hours later and these guys would still be here. And then
Honma looks like Goto got the advantage.
Wow, Goto got the advantage. Honma is stirring.
Oh, but Honma! Vertical,
no
maybe
way.
Brainbuster.
That strength of Honma, can he show it here? Goto trying to stuff the attempt. Oh my god, I think Honma's close. Can he get him?
No, Goto lifting up from Honma. Honma might be trying again. Oh, there it is!
Oh my god,
but Goto might have stuffed it.
No.
Oh.
No.
My god. Oh, there we go. Honma
flags!
Unbelievable. Honma so strong.
Oh, he was determined. It wasn't just power that time. He had to have the determination to get it off, and he didn't quit. Man, Honma never ceases to amaze.
He's incredible.
Wow, between that forearm exchange and that battle for suplex supremacy, these two guys
are very evenly matched.
Definitely, and there are the chops by Honma, sending Goto retreating into the corner. Now he's going to Irish whip into the opposite corner. What a match here. And there's the forearm by Honma. There's the bulldog. I'll be honest, Ashley, I thought he was
thinking... he's going for the headbutt. He's going for the Kakashi, and he hit it. He hit the Kakashi.
Wow, and he's smirking. He knows he's in control right now.
He's getting in the zone. He's starting to dial it up.
Man, Goto better watch himself. He got caught by Karl Anderson.
Oh,
Will he
look,
be
he's
caught
going
this
into a
time tonight?
single leg crab, and he's kicking Goto in the head.
Stomps right on the head. I'll tell you, I think Goto is forcing Honma to tap into his vicious side. The physicality in this match is really getting to that next level.
Almost reminiscent of Honma Ishii when we saw them.
Absolutely. Something has overtaken Honma. He can hold his own with Goto as far as aggression goes. And oh man, he's got that crab cinched in.
It looked almost like Goto. Goto getting ready to tap out here. He's thinking about it. But he gets to the rope.
Goto finds salvation in the ropes.
Such
and Honma, that's got to be a bit frustrating.
They're allowing him to get to the rope.
Absolutely, Ashton. You have to imagine that energy came from desperation. Maybe Goto saw, his updated bracket, at 1 and 2. But Honma staying on the attack there, and that's smart by Honma. He knows the
shots.
Exactly. He knows the crab works over that area, and he continues the work with the forearms. That is so smart by Honma. Wow!
Goto explodes out of the corner with I don't even know what to call that. Was that a forearm, a lariat, a double sledge? I couldn't quite see it. The camera angle was kind of weird.
That was a lariat, my friend.
Yeah.
Damn near took Honma's head off, which is really saying something, because that's the primacy of a Honma's offense, is that head. And now the chest kicks. Oh, man, now Goto getting in a rhythm here.
Oh, and tosses Honma into the corner there. Goto with a spinning heel kick connects right in the face of Honma.
Oh, he's got could it be the suplex?
Oh, but Honma fighting out of it. Honma going off the ropes. Goto follows him, though. Honma ducks the clothesline. Honma with a sleeper, maybe. No. Goto with the Saito suplex.
Excellently done. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. And Honma only a 2 count there.
Kicks out.
But
how much more can he take?
How quick, how aware is Goto of his situation at all times?
The fact that he was able to reverse a side headlock with that Saito suplex, so impressive. And now it looks like he wants a German, but Hama's blocking it, and the elbows.
Yeah, I thought he might have gone for a standing switch, but he did not. He just wanted the escape. Ducks the lariat.
Oh.
Checks the arm. Oh, but it takes him down anyway. Wow.
Like Goto might have a little bit of a strength advantage here, which is really weird because we both know how inhumanely strong Honma is.
Absolutely. Honma tried checking that arm. Goto gets him down anyway. Oh, the headbutt!
The torpedo Kakashi headbutt!
Good God, that impact. He got all of it, too. And now he's going to go for another Kakashi.
And he hit another one on the back. Again, targeting that lower back of Goto.
And another one. Oh, no, blockbuster. Seated blockbuster. And packages the legs, folds him up.
Oh, that was such a small package.
Yeah, he rolled him up. He had Goto folded up like an accordion there in the pin attempt. Goto, though, still able to kick out. That just shows you the toughness of the Intercontinental Champion. Oh, top rope style.
He wants it.
Goto is feeling it here.
This is Honma. He's calling for it.
Absolutely. I'm so swept up in this match. Yeah, Goto is down. He's still reeling from those headbutts. Oh, man.
Honma. Oh, Goto sits up.
He went for everything and got nothing, did Honma. And that could be the difference maker there.
It could definitely be.
Can Goto capitalize?
Goto going to the opposite side of the ring. Even though Honma hurt himself, it seems like Goto is still struggling to get to his feet before Honma. It looks like they're actually relatively even.
And Goto, look at him. He was kind of holding that small of the back. And now they're both charging at each other. And wow, canceling each other out with the lariats.
Twice.
Both still
now Honma goes off the ropes, goes for the lariat, but again, Goto gets his arm up and they cancel each other out. Oh, but Goto with the huge lariat takes Honma off his feet. 1. Oh, Honma kicks out at 1.
Oh, he's powering up. Oh, the forearms by Goto, but no effect on a slap by Honma. Wow.
Shoots Goto off the ropes. Oh, Honma reverses,
it's
though.
It's bringing it down.
Oh, death Goto on the knee.
Right on the knee. Oh, that hurts.
1.
Oh, look at him. Look at that tight cover.
Honma kicks out, though.
Wow, that was a deep cover. That's as deep as you can get if you're Goto. And Honma's still able to kick out. His resiliency is unreal.
Goto
Now
wants a
Goto could
vertical, maybe a brainbuster, but Honma reverses into a small package. 1, 2.
two.
And a kick
Oh,
out.
out. Oh man, Honma. He keeps coming close every
Goto
time, but
wants a lariat,
still can't.
maybe.
Is he gonna get it? He
Lariat.
does.
Honma, Honma's taking it. He breaks
Oh, he
the
takes
lariat
it.
off. Honma, Goto
Oh
with
no.
a headbutt of his own, but Honma has a way harder head from all these years of using Kakeshi's. Goto takes Honma inside out with a lariat.
Goes into the cover. 1, 2.
Oh,
And
but Honma kicks out again. Honma
Honma.
absolutely refuses to give.
Oh, but now
Goto wants a brain buster. But Honma. Oh no, that was that move
got
that
it.
he did. Yeah,
That's over.
yeah.
2, 3 count.
I keep on forgetting that Goto's move, it looks like the other guy is giving him like a DDT.
Exactly. Goto got it.
Oh,
But Honma, what a performance. Yet again from Honma. Close, but he still hasn't been able to smoke that cigar. And I'll tell you, he gave the Intercontinental Champion a run for his money tonight.
great match though. Honma just kept on refusing to give up, but Goto basically said, "I've had enough of your shit, dude," and he take care of him.
Put him down. And again, as I say every time after a Honma loss, no disrespect. I'm still in the guy's corner. You got to give him all the credit in the world for the fight that he showed his opposition. And in this case tonight, that opposition was the Intercontinental Champion. And now he takes his title. And I'll tell you, he earns it night in and night out, folks. No disrespect to Goto whatsoever. He earned that victory tonight.
The name of Goto's finisher is a Shoten Kai. It's a vertical suplex into a sit-out side slam.
Ah, okay.
Shoten Kai.
Shoten Kai. And it gets the win here for Goto over Honma. Honma looking disappointed in himself. He is now 0-3. So actually, Doc Gallows got company again, and it's in Honma.
And Honma having a rough tournament. He seems like, honestly, I think he is just as tough as anyone else in his block. But at the end of the day, when no matter how tough you are, if you get pinned, it still counts as a loss.
Exactly. This is a tough pill for Honma to swallow. You can see he's really frustrated, disappointed in himself. I mean, this guy is such a fan favorite.
Crowd chanting for him, though. Yeah, that's like you said. He is such a fan favorite that the people absolutely love him, and they're getting behind him big time in this tournament.
Absolutely. And Honma, you and I have said that we feel like this man has it inside himself to pull that upset to get to that next level. It wasn't to be tonight as we move on in the G1 Climax. Day 6 of the G1 Climax. And up next, Ashton.
Oh, my.
You want to talk about barn burners. You want to talk about maybe having to put the kids to bed. It is going to be physical. It is going to be an explosion. It is the machine gun, Karl Anderson, versus the stone pitbull, Tomohiro Ishii. And whoever wins is going to be 3-0. It is 2-0 versus 2-0. Ashton, we got some time. What are your thoughts on this match, brother? How you feeling right now?
I am really struggling this match because I absolutely love Ishii, but I've thoroughly enjoyed seeing Karl Anderson just upsetting everyone. So I want to pick Ishii, but that's just kind of my brain telling me that Ishii's going to win. My gut says go with Anderson.
No disrespect to the Stone Pitbull. God forbid if he was ever in my vicinity and I got him pissed off at me, I'd have to flee the country, get a new identity and everything. But I am going to have to go with Karl Anderson here. Karl Anderson
does have Cody Hall and Tama Tonga at ringside with him. He's had them with him at ringside previously, though, and hasn't even needed their help.
Absolutely, and you're talking about a man, and I'm glad you mentioned that, Ashton, because you're talking about a man who beat on his own merits Shinsuke Nakamura, 3-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion, 2011 G1 Climax winner, and 4-time Intercontinental Champion in Shinsuke Nakamura, and the current Intercontinental Champion in Goto, who just got a win over Honma in the last bout. Karl Anderson has to be feeling just so confident. And here's the thing, and again, I know a lot of people may speculate, oh, John's trying to stir up tension within the Bullet Club. No, it's just a simple fact. If Karl Anderson wins here tonight, he'll be 3-0 and have a better record than AJ Styles at the moment. So Just
Well,
something to
have a
think
better
about.
record not only than AJ Styles, but than everybody in the Bullet Club
Exactly.
and most of the people in this tournament.
Absolutely. 3-0 in a tournament of this magnitude, Ashton. I mean, to be in that kind of position would be absolutely huge, and I think both men know that. This match, you cannot understate the importance of this match.
This is a huge match, mostly for momentum. Because honestly, even if one of these guys loses this match, they could still potentially go 8-1. But if they win, they could potentially go 9-0, and that's a hell of a lot more impressive than 8-1.
Exactly. I mean, here's the thing. You go 3-0, and I'm not saying you want to, right? Obviously, you want to win all your matches. You want to dominate this tournament. That's the goal. Round robin, it never hurts to win. In fact, quite the opposite. It can only help you. But I feel like when you're 3-0, you can breathe just a little bit. Because if you do take a loss down the road, you've at least built a nice cushion of victories. So I feel like there's a lot riding here for both the machine gun and the pit bull. I mean, last I heard, bullets can tear down and shred anything, but Ishii's just something else. So I don't know. I mean, who do you got, Ashton? I would not bet on this match. I would not bet on this match. If you're thinking, oh, I'll put the house on it, no, I wouldn't do that because I think this is anybody's game right here.
I think the winner of this match is going to be anyone that watches it.
Exactly. Exactly. This is going to be something, folks.
And
I am so
even when
intrigued.
somebody gets the 3 count, the pinfall in this match, they're not going to be a winner because they're going to be so freaking beat up from the slugfest with the other guy by the end of this match. How can you possibly call that person a winner?
They're going to be a survivor is what they're going to be.
Exactly, yeah. Here's our
There's the
lockup, our first lockup of the match. Anderson wins it with a headlock. Taking Ishii down to a knee.
Very impressive. I think Karl Anderson has more power than maybe I initially gave him credit for, but Ishii going to power out of it with ease. And
Oh,
Karl
wow.
Anderson, the authoritative shoulder block.
Anderson actually taking Ishii off his feet with a shoulder block. Normally you'd see Ishii stiff that and welcome Karl Anderson to try again, but no.
Oh, and now Ishii
There we
responds in
go.
kind.
Yeah, that's more like what the Ishii that we know can do. Is he going to go for the
See,
lariat already? He went for the lariat early. Karl Anderson goes for the pump kick. Ishii wants a lariat. Karl Anderson wants a gun stun. Ishii has him in the vertical suplex position, but Anderson wiggles out. Anderson wants another gun stun. Oh, wow. Just a complete stalemate between these two men. They know each other. It seems like they know each other so well with all the reversals that we're getting in this match already.
Excellent exchange. And you know what, Ashton? I think I said, the last time Karl Anderson, got the win, I believe it was in that tag match, before his next tournament matchup. The gun stun to me has become the most dangerous maneuver in this tournament.
It's
I
not
mean,
guaranteed to put you away, but he can hit it at literally any time.
exactly. And oh, what a forearm by Ishii. Ain't tolerating that in his house.
And,
And
and
Karl
the
Anderson trying to
forearm,
create
yeah,
distance.
exactly. The forearm was enough that Anderson felt like he had to get out of the ring and take a breather, but Ishii not letting him breathe at all follows him out to the guardrail.
Folks, let me just paint a picture for you. I think Karl Anderson is one of the tougher men in this tournament. He's walking away from Ishii. He's trying to create space, from Ishii. That's how tough the pit bull is. My God, I would never want to meet that man anywhere. And he's just continuing the beat down here.
It's funny because he seems like such a cool guy too in like actual life because Shinsuke Nakamura posts pictures of him and he wears sunglasses a lot and it looks pretty goofy, but it's in almost like an endearing kind of way. And then he gets in the ring and like that moment that you thought, oh, maybe I just want to give him a hug, completely goes away.
It's like if you were both sharing a laugh and he stopped laughing first and just looked at you.
And you're
You
just
know
like,
it's
oh my god, I think I'm watching my life flash before my eyes because I'm about to die.
But if anybody can hold their own, it's Karl Anderson. But oh, I thought he was
But
going to get the better of that form exchange, but it's
good
Ishii.
god.
And then
Oh,
a
with the
pump
pump
kick by
kick!
Anderson.
Beautiful pump kick takes Ishii down off the canvas, up against the guardrail even. Ishii in a bad way right now. Anderson finding his way back into the ring, just kind of waiting for Ishii to recover while he basically takes a breather. He needed
And
to
that
create separation, and what better way than to get the other guy to create separation of his own?
exactly. You can't do much more separation than a man's head off his shoulders after that pump kick from Anderson.
Oh, but Ishii with the shoulder block into the chest or into the stomach. And now we're just getting a little bit of a forearm series here. Ishii really taking it to Anderson.
Gonna try and get back
Now,
in the ring, but Anderson, another kick!
a gigantic, almost a 1-foot drop kick.
Man, Karl Anderson is so good. I remember you said early on in the tournament, actually, I believe it was during Karl Anderson's first match against Shinsuke Nakamura. He's been so good for so long. I think everybody around him just begins to underrate him a little bit, and it's because of moments like that. Karl Anderson, just because he's a tag team champion, don't let him fool you. He can hold his own in singles, as he's proven already with a 2-0 record in this tournament.
Anderson almost has a look on his face like, how dare you get back in the ring after I just did that to you? And now the ankle across the throat of Tomohiro Ishii, making it extremely difficult to breathe. And now almost a fishhook kind of here.
Absolutely. I mean, Karl Anderson, he's not beneath doing more cruder tactics, if you will, like that fishhook we just saw. But let me tell you something. Karl Anderson is going to need to drop a house on Ishii if he hopes to get the win. He is one of the toughest men in New Japan Pro Wrestling today. And Karl Anderson, with the repeated knees, goes into the cover. And I think that was only a 1 count. I don't think that he got a 2 count on that.
Yeah, the referee didn't even get to 2.
Goes to the cover again. That time he got
did.
2. And that time he got 2 as well, making Ishii expend that energy. Ishii getting a little frustrated.
Yeah, Ishii doesn't want to have to keep kicking out.
Karl Anderson. And you know what? This is the game plan that he's done for pretty much his entire tournament experience thus far, and it's made him 2-0 thus far, so we can't fault him for using it again here. And look at that, getting all of his weight on Ishii's throat. Good God. Karl Anderson. Can you imagine? We'd never hear the end of it, Ashton. This man goes 3-0 tonight. We're never hearing the end of it. Oh, man.
And I wouldn't expect any less. I would not expect any less.
Well, when you achieve a feat like that in a tournament the magnitude of G1 Climax,
Ishii is only going to take this for so
heavens.
long. Yeah, Ishii is not going to stand for that kind of treatment.
You don't disrespect
the
Pitbull.
Nice European uppercut.
Oh, man, Anderson, look at him, that cockiness, that bravado.
Oh, he went
misses the pump kick.
Oh! Ishii wants a German.
Anderson Karl's trying to fight out. He does. Oh, man, but Ishii, what a power slam.
Beautiful. Tomohiro Ishii is one of the crudest, just, I'm not going to do anything fancy, no frills, just get down to business and get the job done wrestlers. And yet at the same time, some of his offensive maneuvers have such great finesse to them.
Absolutely. The guy will punch you right in the mouth, but he'll make you love every second of it, or at least, if you're a viewer, that is. I can't say the same for Karl Anderson. Anderson now, I think, just sunk to a knee. Oh, man, Anderson's getting schooled here into the opposite corner. What a clothesline, the follow-through. And now Karl Anderson can barely support himself.
He looks like he's off in no man's land.
Good God, Ashton. Ishii, what a force is the Stone Pitbull. And now look at that suplex. What form. Goes right
into the cover, too.
I think Ishii recognizes who he's in the ring with. He knows he's in the ring with one half of the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. But I think more than that, he's in the ring with
here we go. Ishii off the ropes. Anderson with a big kick to the knee. That could end up coming into play if this match goes a long time.
Absolutely. Hey, I mean, Ashton, here's the thing
and it's a taped knee. Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Fine. The other knee's taped. Anderson targeted the opposite knee.
But regardless, that's 2 bad wheels. And here's the thing. For most people, when we talk about a bad wheel, we just think, oh, it's about mobility. For Ishii, those legs could buckle if he tries going for power maneuvers.
Yeah.
Very smart by Anderson.
And Ishii fights his way out of what looked like it was going to be some kind of maybe a fisherman swinging neck breaker. But then Anderson comes back with the pump kick on Ishii. Now has him in the, I think, front face lock. Up. There it is. The fisherman.
Wow.
Yep, the fisherman neck breaker, just like I said.
All softening him up for the gun stun. And he's favoring the one leg and especially the neck. Ishii, that neck seems to be in a bad way, and Karl Anderson's got to be loving it.
But Ishii doesn't even have a neck.
Well, apparently, that theory got proven wrong. Oh, man, I got to tell you, I think the Pitbull may have just been muzzled here. And Karl Anderson, he's stalking Ishii here. He wants it. The first gun stun of the match, maybe? No, the neck breaker.
Yeah, the neck breaker. And then he's probably going to get a TKO as well.
I know, only a 2 count. I mean,
Yeah. It's amazing the way that Karl Anderson has designed his entire arsenal around getting that gun stun off and making it easier for him to get it on his opponents and harder for the opponents to fight out of it.
exactly. Karl
Anderson
Anderson
going
going
to
to
the
the top
top
rope.
rope, though. This is not something you see very often.
I don't know if I agree with this, but he got it in
Another
the neck
neck
breaker.
breaker. Another
Wow.
neck breaker. Really softening Ishii up. 1, 2. Oh, and Ishii kicks out. That was way closer than I thought it would be this early in the match.
Closer and closer every time, Ashton. Every pin attempt, Karl Anderson gets closer to ascertaining that 3 count. Oh, man, and that neck of Ishii. He has got to be just in excruciating pain. And Karl Anderson, Ashton, once again showing us the depths of his ability. Who would
Oh, he
have thought
wants
he
a
would have done the top
TKO. He
neck
wants a
breaker?
TKO.
Oh, if he gets this TKO,
I
it
think
might
he's
be
gonna
over
get it
here.
too. No, Ishii wiggled out of it and tossed Anderson into the corner. Big lariat to the back of the head and a
What a
huge
German.
German. And a release German at that. I thought
I
he was
don't
going to bridge it. That would have been smart, but then it could have put even more pressure on his neck, so I totally understand why he didn't.
Yeah, first of all, Ashton, great point there again, bringing it back to the neck. And I was even going to say, I just don't think Ishii had the energy to keep the waist lock maintained. But still, though, Ishii showing that he's going to power through this. This is why we were looking forward to this match. 2 guys, 2 wills.
Oh, another huge pump kick from Anderson, but Ishii ate it and comes back with the forearm. Oh, but a sick kick there. The single leg diving drop kick from Karl Anderson takes Ishii down off his feet.
That's why this man is currently 3-0 in this tournament. And now I think he's calling for it here. This may be the end.
I think he's calling for the TKO, to be honest.
Let's see.
No, he
gun.
does win the gun stun. Ishii, though.
That neck. Oh, wow, he crumpled in pain.
Yes,
that is a rare sight.
It looked almost like he was going to go for just like a simple forearm shot, but he swung his arm back a little bit, and he must have got some kind of a tweak in his neck that caused him to go into a lot of pain, because now he is writhing in pain. There's actually a trainer on the outside waiting for him. It looks like the trainer might. Yeah, the trainer. Is that a trainer or is that the ref?
I think that's a trainer, maybe. I don't think that's the ref, because that person was on the outside. They came in. So I think that's a trainer. Did you ever think you'd see Ishii in this kind of position?
No.
It's almost scary to see. And look,
I think that might be the ref.
He's just taunting Ishii here. This match is still going.
I think the ref just kind of went to the outside and then came back in to check on Ishii.
Ishii is primed and ready for a gun stun.
Yes, he is.
But he keeps in the corner. Ishii's not giving up, and we've seen him in fights, Ashton. We have seen the Pitbull in fights. I have never seen him in this kind of pain. And oh, wait a minute here.
They aren't saying a word, but you can read it in Ishii's eyes. You think that just because I'm in pain that I'm going to give up and just let you do what you want to me? You've got to be kidding. You know who I am? I'm Tomohiro Ishii, punk. Let's do this.
Oh, my God, Anderson, this is ill-advised. Hey, Anderson, that's not wise. And there's the forearm.
And one forearm from Ishii. And Anderson is down to his knees, leaning up against one of the ropes for support.
I think we're about to have the question answered. What happens to a dog when they get their muzzle off? And I think Ishii's about to show Karl Anderson exactly what happens. And now the Pitbull has got Anderson here up for maybe the superplex.
Is this really the smartest thing, though?
No, because the impact on the neck, I think, is going to be great. I don't know if Ishii cares. And Anderson, though. No, wait. I don't think he's gonna let it happen.
Anderson might turn this into almost like a flip neck breaker here.
Oh my God! Oh, the power!
Almost a deadlift superplex there from Ishii from the middle rope. And
Jesus.
1, 2. Karl Anderson does kick out. Ishii, though, still showing some life, still showing some fight, still showing as much heart as you could expect. Maybe the low lariat. No! Anderson breaks it off. A nice European uppercut off the ropes. Oh, but Ishii with the lariat takes Anderson down. 1, 2. Oh, but Anderson kicked out.
Oh, he checked out. Oh, my God. Oh, still hasn't gotten the gun stun.
Going for the lariat. Anderson dodged. Nice quick sick kick there to Ishii in the head. And it seems like Anderson's perfectly content with just delivering that offense and then letting it stew because he feels like he needs to recover.
That seated lariat could have made all the difference. It's going to come down, in my mind, Ashton, to the seated lariat of Ishii versus the gun stun of Karl Anderson. It's like two cowboys in the Old West, one bullet left in each chamber. Who's going to get it off first? Because I really believe whoever does is going to be the winner of this match.
Well, I know you say one bullet, but I feel like they both have 2 bullets left because Anderson still has the TKO and the gun stun. Ishii still has that seated lariat and the brainbuster.
That's true. That's very true. But the spontaneity of that gun stun.
Oh, is Anderson going to go for a power bomb here?
Oh, right on the neck, and oh my God!
That might be it.
Oh, that might be it indeed.
1, 2, and
Ishii kicks out.
Okay.
But Ashton, I have to ask you because hey, we've talked about it with Shibata, we've talked about it with Ibushi. Was it smart on Ishii's part to kick out there?
I honestly, dude, I don't think that Tomohiro Ishii cares what's smart. He cares about winning.
His pride. His pride. And I think that's why you and I love Ishii. Such a proud man. Gun stun again. But again, Ishii has it checked. Oh, does it? Again.
Oh, TKO. I think we're
going
to
be TKO time. He gets it. He got it. Is that going to be it there? Maybe he didn't need the gun stun. 2. And Ishii still kicks out. But how well scouted? How well scouted does he have the gun stun? Karl Anderson, I don't think, has had this much difficulty getting that gun stun off in the past. And I'll tell you, Karl Anderson may be a bit obsessed with that move. Ishii has it way too scouted. I don't know if Karl Anderson can execute it here tonight. And again, look at that counter! And then to the back of the head, wow! But he can't capitalize right away.
That low angle lariat always hits on the chest, but now Ishii improvising just settles for the back of just the top of the back. And now Ishii still in a lot of pain, but Karl Anderson seems like almost in just as much.
Well, his equilibrium has to be thrown off after that lariat a little bit because it seemed to make some head contact from where I was sitting. I could be mistaken. I know now these two almost having to support each other just to get up, just to stay in this thing. What a match. And now we go back to the forearms. We return to square one. We return to the basics. Who's going to give? Who's going to bend a knee? Who's going to say 3-0 doesn't matter? And now Ishii just eating it. Oh, my God.
Tomohiro Ishii is the toughest man alive.
Yeah, I'm convinced. Oh, my God! He tried the headbutt, and it hurt Anderson more than it hurt Ishii. Oh, man. Ishii firing up now.
That gets me even more excited for Honma Ishii, because that'll be like, oh, what a headbutt from Ishii!
Oh, but how much did it hurt Ishii?
It looks like it didn't hurt him that much at all.
He's calling for it. He's calling for it.
Low angle lariat, and he hits it. Is that going to be enough, though?
And Anderson kicked out.
Kicks out.
Oh my God! I thought that was it.
I couldn't see the ref, so I had to stop talking to hear the count. And Anderson kicked out, but now Ishii wants the brainbuster. He wants it. He's got it. He's got it. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. 1, 2, 3.
Wow! Ishii beats Anderson tonight.
Tomohiro Ishii is the toughest son of a bitch on the planet.
He avoided the gun stun, and that made all the difference.
And apparently he's not only tough and absolutely amazing, but he is also smart enough to have scouted Anderson and know how to counter the gun stun. Because he did it about 3 times in that match.
Multiple times Karl Anderson was thinking about the gun stun. Ishii checked it at every turn. And if you're Karl Anderson, I mean, how sobering is that? That one man studied your maneuver so intimately, he had an answer every single time. I don't know if I've ever seen a wrestler have a finisher countered so proficiently as Ishii did with the gun stun. That was unbelievable, which tells me that not only is Ishii a raw powerhouse, he's got a cerebral dimension to his ability there.
He's a student of the game.
Absolutely. And Karl Anderson, the man we've just been talking up and up in this tournament, just got beat. Ishii is 3-0. What a record for Ishii.
And Anderson joins his Bullet Club brethren AJ Styles and Bad Luck Fale at 2-1. Still a very respectable record, but Tomohiro Ishii is just on another level right now.
If 2-1 is a respectable record, which I do not contend, what is 3-0? Because Ishii right now is just looking unstoppable. And here's the thing, before we get into our next matchup here, which looks like it's going to be very good, I'm very excited for this one. Ishii, he fought through that neck. He won. He actually, at a moment in the match, crumbled under the pain of that neck. And not only did he fight through it, he fought through it and he won. Who can stop Ishii, dude?
I have no idea. I think the simple answer is nobody.
I'd have to agree with you.
I can't. You would have to imagine maybe Okada.
Maybe.
Maybe if Nakamura gets back in time for their match.
I mean,
oh
Ishii,
my God, Nakamura Ishii could happen if Nakamura gets healthy in time for it.
and yet I have to. I mean, you have to consider that Ishii has the ability to beat Nakamura. I mean, after these performances, I think Ishii could beat anybody. I'm even thinking, wow, maybe Ishii will win this tournament. I mean, 3-0, he's sitting pretty. But here comes Kojima.
Yep, Satoshi Kojima, and his opponent tonight is going to be Kazuchika Okada.
What a big matchup. We talked about, on day 5, the tag team match that these two found themselves on opposite sides. There was a moment in that match. Okada was thinking Rainmaker. Kojima responded with a lariat of his own. Do you think Okada has gone back and watched the tape? Do you think he's prepared to have an answer, to have a counter to that counter, Ashton?
I don't know. I think that even if Okada hadn't considered doing that on his own, Goto would have made him do it.
I agree. Those two have
Goto is very much a mentor figure for Okada, and Goto, at the very least, we can say that he is most definitely a student of the game.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, they don't get any better, folks, than the Rainmaker. You've heard me say it since Okada's first tournament matchup, and I'll keep saying it. He's the world champion for a reason. He has it all. He has the charisma. He has the ability. When I look at Okada, I look at everything that pro wrestling is about, everything it stands for. And I'll tell you, New Japan, I hope that they are proud to have a man like Okada as their world champion, because I certainly would be. And he comes in there, all the confidence in the world. But what would it say, Ashton, if Kojima was able to get that lariat, to just be able to beat Okada in the middle of that ring? Because you don't just put a loss on a man's record, because Okada isn't just any other man. He's the world champion. And I can't think of a better statement to make than that if you're Kojima. And I mean, I just see Okada there so into it, and you see the look on his face. He knows how good he is. He doesn't need my validation or anybody else's. But I'll tell you who he does have to prove it to, at least from bell to bell, and that's Kojima. Kojima not phased, as if to say, I don't care that you're Okada, I don't care that you're the Rainmaker, and most importantly, I don't care that you're the world champion. On this night, you will be bested, and you will be bested by me. And I mean, we've seen upsets in this tournament, so I don't want anybody to tell me that it's impossible, because let me tell you something, G1 Climax, impossible, it's just that, a word. And now Okada getting checked by the referee. If Okada wins this tournament, as we have said a few times now, he will get to pick his opponent. That is quite a prize to have if you're the world champion. If you're Kojima, you'll get to meet Okada again, this time with all the marbles on the line. So how do you think Kojima's feeling, Ashton? If you could get in his head for a moment, what do you think he's thinking right now?
Kojima is one of the most intense competitors in New Japan. And right now, if I had to guess, I would just think that he is thinking, I am going to kick this kid's ass, and he is going to lose.
Yeah.
And I am going to win, and that's the end of it. That's all that there needs to be. And that's the type of person that Kojima is. He's very intense, very, let's get down to business, very, there's not really a whole lot of frills on Kojima.
Absolutely. And look at him. Nice control of the arms there, but Okada, just the beautiful reversal there. Now he has control of the wrist lock. And these guys are feeling each other out.
His foot. How great was that? Breaks the wrist lock with his foot into a wrist lock of his own, into a hammer lock.
Beautiful by Kojima. I like
into
how
a
he's
side
taking his time.
headlock. The transitions right now from Kojima.
Absolutely. Had the headlock takeover there. Now he's got all of his weight kind of on Okada. Maybe Okada will use the legs, get a head scissor counter. At least I imagine. But Kojima actually seems to have his back arched up so that his head can't be hooked in by Okada's legs. That's very smart by Kojima, shifting the weight. Now look at how he turns it into a pin. But of course, Okada kicks out. But I like this. It's slow. It's methodical. Both guys realize, hey, I'm in no rush. We got time. This is our time. The table's set. I'm not going anywhere, and neither are you. And they want to really understand each other, and that's how game plans get formulated.
This is smart wrestling right here.
Absolutely. Nothing fancy. I wouldn't even say overly scientific. Just very cautious.
I would argue that it's pretty freaking scientific, yeah.
I mean, when you go for the arm and everything, absolutely. You're pinpointing certain parts. And now look at Okada backing up Kojima against the ropes,
and he's gonna do
Okada
the fake,
does this.
Yeah, the fake chop double tap.
Absolutely, and that's Okada's way of saying, "Hey, kid, we got time. I don't sweat you, and for good reason. I'm the world champion. I don't sweat anybody." And now goes back into the side headlock.
I wonder how much of a psychological edge stuff like that has to give Okada.
I would have to imagine quite a bit, Ashton. I mean, you're standing in there with the world champion. He's pretty much belittling you and your ability. And it's just got to eat away at you as if to ask, well, maybe I'm not good enough. I would have to think that it has a psychological edge, and Okada's smart for utilizing it.
I'm waiting for somebody to take advantage of it, though. If you're not going to hit me, I'm going to hit you even harder while you're trying to be cute.
Exactly.
Oh, Kojima explodes away.
Nice.
He just got thrown into the guardrail, just completely ate it, and exploded out of it with a huge shoulder block to Okada.
That's the toughness of Kojima. That's what we've come to expect from this man. I think just such great talent. I mean, I think you've said about Kojima that you believe he's very underrated, actually.
He is, yeah.
So, Kojima's got that ability. Yeah,
you would
absolutely.
never guess, based on his appearance and the way that he moves and the way that he acts, you would never guess that he's 45 years old.
I know. It's unbelievable that he is performing at this rate, especially considering that Okada, isn't he only 30 or 31?
28.
Okada's significantly younger, isn't he?
Okada
28. So, yeah, my God. So, Kojima is 17 years Okada's senior, and yet he is still holding his own. And 17 years, folks, that ain't anything to scoff at, okay? I mean, that's really something.
Yeah, I mean, depending on kind of the way that he was when he was younger, you could make the argument that Kojima's old enough to be Okada's father.
Exactly. And now look at that, just grinding the forearm into the face of Okada. And, maybe that's what Kojima needed, to really impose his will on the world champion, to really convince himself, hey, I can win this match, I can beat this man, I can be a contender. And now Okada in the corner here. And, there's the chop by Kojima. Could it be the setup?
I think he wants the lightning chops here, but he's going to take it slow the first couple times and then speed it up over time. But no, Okada reverses, lifts Kojima up. Beautiful drop kick to the neck there, taking Kojima outside of the ring.
Absolutely. I mean, Ashton, you and I have talked extensively so many times about the ability of Okada, and I think he's got to have one of the best drop kicks in professional wrestling right now.
Definitely. Yeah, he's right up there for sure.
Sent Kojima out to the floor, and now Okada's going to follow through after taking a little bit of a breather.
It's so funny because I feel like when we were talking about NXT last week, we were talking about how some people just aren't that athletic, and some people just are. And we were talking about how Eva Marie just kind of didn't come off as an athlete at all, no matter how much training she puts in, and she's just never going to be that much of an athlete. Okada seems like the exact opposite. It seems like Okada just wakes up in the morning able to jump 45 inches in the air. And that's, I mean, I hate to continue with the NXT references, but to quote Enzo Amore, you cannot teach that.
Absolutely. And now look at that. The front face lock could be a DDT here off the guardrail onto the floor by Okada.
The irony here is that everyone says that Hiroshi Tanahashi is the John Cena of Japan, and I've taken that ball and kind of run with it, and I often compare Okada, saying that he is New Japan's Randy Orton. And then
absolutely.
He pulls off a move like that Michael Cole, if he was on commentary right now, would be shouting, "Vintage Orton!" Well, vintage Okada, how does that sound?
Absolutely. And let me tell you something, folks. Nobody's going to deny that Okada, indeed, he's arrogant. I believe he is a man that probably believes that he is God's gift to professional wrestling. But here's the thing. When you're as good as he is, it's hard to deny him. And what a drop kick there, right to that head.
Really kind of aggressive.
Kind of pulling a Karl Anderson, Ashton, with what we saw earlier, because he worked over the head and neck. Okada doing something similar. Let's see if he can reap different results, though, because that Rainmaker will take your head off.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you soften up the head area a little bit more, I mean, a Rainmaker could be enough to concuss a guy, and that's potential to knock him out for I mean, I'd say at least 3 seconds. How about that for
Oh,
a
absolutely.
coincidence?
Absolutely. I mean, there have been times that Okada just hits the Rainmaker on spontaneity without even really putting in the work on the head, and it gets a 3 count. If you actually put the work in on the head prior, count 100, he's done. I mean, that Rainmaker is devastating.
Yeah, I mean, you almost have to wonder if he's learning a thing or two from Karl Anderson, from just watching other people, Karl Anderson being one of many, who have a move that they like to go to for pinfalls and kind of center their offense around making that move easier to hit and making it more difficult for the opponent to counter it. Okada should definitely adopt that kind of style. Maybe if he would have used that style, he would have beaten Tanahashi at Wrestle Kingdom 9.
Maybe. I mean,
Maybe
who knows?
Tanahashi wouldn't have been able to kick out of that vicious Rainmaker that he hit on him. Again, the first person ever to kick out of it, but maybe he wouldn't have been able to if Okada had put more work into the neck and head areas.
Absolutely. I mean, just ask Naito how that worked out. You
Yeah.
know? I mean, that's just it. And look at Kojima there, caught the boot of Okada, and what
Oh,
a
but it
forearm to
almost
Kojima.
that was a forearm, but it almost looked like just a straight right hook.
Absolutely. And Kojima, though, he staggered, but
Oh
Okada
my.
just fell to the floor completely.
Kojima's so intense. He wants to destroy Okada in this match. He doesn't just want to win. He wants to end Okada's freaking career, man. He's so vicious.
Absolutely. I think Kojima wants to make a statement. Hasn't exactly been one of the standouts in this tournament at my estimation. But, after his win over Michael Elgin with that impressive lariat to finish when Elgin was coming off the top rope, it really opened my eyes to how truly great Kojima can be.
And what
And now
really
let's
made
see.
him stand out to me was that he was holding his own in some of those strong style exchanges with Tomohiro Ishii. Oh, and a spike DDT to Okada.
Absolutely. Okada there. He's reeling. Oh, man. I believe Okada is 2-0 in this tournament, isn't he, Ashton?
He is, yes.
So he has the potential to join Ishii in a 3-0 bracket. And if you're the champion, again, like I say, it's great just for people trying to get a world title shot. But if you're a champion, oh, and here come the lightning chops. I'm going to break my train of thought for a second because those lightning chops are so painful in Okada's face. Oh, God. Oh, I felt that. And
Well,
now,
and you say Okada has the potential to join the 3-0 ranks, but on that same note, if Kojima would pull this out, he would put both of them in the 2-1 section.
absolutely.
And that's a crowded record to be at right now.
Absolutely. That is one filled pool, to say the least. But again, to finish my earlier thought, I mean, Okada, the stakes are still significant. You get to have control of your contender, and what a spinning uppercut there by Okada. Nice European variation.
I mean, if you want to
And
look at just the people in this tournament right now that are 2-1, AJ Styles, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Tetsuya Naito, Bad Luck Fale, Kota Ibushi, Katsuyori Shibata, Hirooki Goto, and now, after the most recent match, Karl Anderson, all 2-1.
But I'll tell you what, Ishii may have some company when this is over. And Koji Cutter! Beautiful, beautiful Koji Cutter there.
For some reason, every time I say Koji Cutter, I always feel my tongue almost wanting to turn it into clutter. I don't know why.
I've had that happen when I get excited in a matchup. And you know what? That cutter has proven to be a momentum shifter in prior bouts for Kojima. No doubt it will be again. And you have to imagine, we were talking about softening up the head for the Rainmaker if you're Okada. Well, I mean, Kojima has a lariat as well. And, that cutter will definitely pay dividends, I think, down the line. And now this forearm exchange here.
I'm not sure if you noticed, but earlier on, before this forearm exchange happened, you had Geto on the outside really kind of cheering Okada on, trying to get him back to his feet and stuff. And it seemed like it worked because now Okada and Kojima, after Kojima had the most recent bit of offense, the Koji Cutter, it seemed almost more like an equalizer than an advantage for Kojima because now they're on equal footing, although Okada just hit a huge forearm that took Kojima off his feet.
Absolutely. These guys, I feel like this match is evolving into something else. It's not just about getting another win on the board for the G1 Climax. I think this really is about pride for Kojima. I think he wants to know that he can beat the world champion, and Okada, again, wants to, validate why he's the man right now against Kojima. Oh, and Okada really favoring that chest. That chest has got to be killing him, Ash. Those lightning chops cannot feel easy on the chest.
Yeah, I think Koji feels like this is more personal than Okada does. Oh,
Absolutely.
It looks like Koji wants to go to the top rope here.
Oh, man, Kojima, will he get to the top rope? But see, he's favoring that neck, that head.
Yeah. again, though, what I was saying was I feel like Okada wants to just win this match. Koji really wants to take it to Okada. He really wants to prove not only that he can hang, but he can win. And that elbow drop, again, seems like he's been able to hit that in every match so far, but he never is able to capitalize on it. 1, 2, and Okada kicks out. Probably, again, because he couldn't capitalize on it right away. But what I was saying was that I feel like Satoshi Kojima really taking this match as an opportunity to prove not only to everyone else, but to himself that he can hang with the best.
Absolutely. And I think that was a brain buster there.
That was definitely a brain buster for sure.
By Kojima. But again, he cannot capitalize, Ashton. That head has got to be killing him. They've gone for some time, these two have in this match. And Kojima, it could be signaling for that lariat. I don't know. He's pointing at Okada. He's gesturing. He may be thinking, can I try for my lariat now? Is it time? He's picking up Okada by the head. Oh, no, he takes him into the corner. Maybe another set of lightning chops? No. Gonna try and situate him on the top rope. This is not where you want to be if you're Okada. But then again, I don't know how smart it is for Kojima to take him up there in the first place. Oh my God!
Koji cutter. Unbelievable. And again, though, unable to capitalize.
I think that would beat 99% of men in New Japan, but Okada's that other 1%. I think it's just as much because Kojima can't capitalize as much as it is Okada's just so resilient. But I think I saw before the camera cut, I think Kojima signaled for that lariat. He did. He's thinking about it. Oh, he's got that arm raised, Ashton. He wants it. He wants that lariat. Oh, man, he was able to hit it in their tag match when he countered the Rainmaker. Can he hit it here?
And at first it seemed like he was going to wait for Okada to get up, but then he got impatient and he grabbed Okada. It seems like that might end up being a mistake. You do not want to let your patience get the best of you. Oh, but Okada collapses.
Wow.
Okada can't even get to his feet. He can kick out of a 3 count, but he can't stand up for more than a second.
Wow, Okada is in pain. But you know what? What if he's playing possum, Ashton? What if he's playing possum to catch Kojima and the Rainmaker?
That's my thought exactly. It seems like Okada is a very smart young man, and he knows how to take advantage of overly aggressive opponents. And right there, the boot to the face, that might be his opportunity. And he dips down a little bit. It looks like maybe a Dominator.
No.
Oh, the neck breaker. The neck breaker onto the knee. The over-the-top, almost a backdrop neck breaker. Really strange-looking move, but something that I think we've seen Adam Cole do that before, I believe.
Absolutely. It's an effective maneuver. Again, it keeps the work up on the head and neck area that Okada was dedicated to earlier. He still can't get back in this thing, though, actually. He's really struggling.
But Kojima's aggression got the better of him. Okada took full advantage of how aggressive Kojima's been. And now Okada with the scoop slam, going to the top rope here. Maybe another elbow drop, maybe a headbutt. What do you think?
I think elbow drop, and he got it. What height?
All the way.
What height?
Halfway across the ring, too. Absolutely incredible. Oh, he's calling for the Rainmaker!
Oh, God. Normally, he likes to go for the tombstone. He's not going to wait. Oh, man. But will Kojima counter? That's the question. He ducked it.
Oh, Okada gets him up for the Death Valley Driver, and he hits the Death Valley Driver.
Into the neck breaker. With the neck breaker combination, and the kick out by Kojima. He stays in it. Kojima stays alive.
I think Okada might want to try and hit that tombstone now to make sure Kojima doesn't duck.
Exactly. You gotta put him away here, and I think that's exactly what Okada's thinking. I think you two had a mental uplink, Ashton. I think he's signaling for it here. Yes, he is.
He wants it, but it's really hard for him to get some of these guys up because a lot of these guys weigh quite a bit more than him. Kojima is fighting it so hard. Kojima just barely hanging on at this point. Okada wants this tombstone so bad. The club to the back softening Kojima up. Oh, Kojima looked like an open hand, just a downward chop. Another one. Okada just not affected at all, though.
Absolutely.
Kojima is completely out of it. He barely had any fight left in him, and he used the last of his energy to avoid that tombstone.
Absolutely. And man, I just
Okada actually laughing. Okada smiling at Kojima being unable to stand up right now. Okada, you should have seen yourself about 2 minutes ago. Oh, but Okada goes for the dropkick. Kojima hangs onto the rope.
And there's the lariat!
There it is, the Koji lariat from Kojima. And Kojima is down and out. He can't capitalize again. The conditioning really needs to come into question here. This is probably the 5th time in this match that Kojima has done something that could have potentially gotten him a 3 count that he was unable to capitalize on.
And that's got to be a heartbreaker for Kojima. He got the lariat. He had called for Okada's just looking up, dude. Okada's gone. Okada is gone, and he's finally moving. But where is he at? Where is his head at? Look at him. My God, he got rocked. But Kojima wasn't able to capitalize. Well, I'm worried about Okada. That could be a concussion right there.
Yeah, he has a glazed over look in his eyes.
Yeah. I got to tell you.
Here's my thing, John. If Okada does have a concussion right now, what does that say about Kojima, knowing that Okada is still getting to his feet first?
I know. The fact that Kojima cannot capitalize on this, and now look at them. They're both... Oh, man, I think they're going to have to use each other to get up. Wow. No, Kojima
finally up to his feet. So he did manage to get to his feet first, but again, Okada was the first one to stir. Now Kojima lets out a scream,
fired up, and there's the drop kick.
Amazing. The fact that Okada had it in him, not only the energy, but the wherewithal to go for that drop kick, and now he wants the tombstone, and he's going to get it very easily this time.
He got it.
Easy tombstone. Go for the pin, Okada. You might have him right here. You don't even need to hit the Rainmaker.
Oh, but he wants it. Okada's such a proud man. He wants to finish things his way. Rainmaker. Oh, ducked again.
He did have it scouted. He ducked the clothesline attempt, and he hit the Rainmaker, and he got the 3 count. Okada had the counter scouted, and he saw it coming.
3-0. He now joins Ishii. And to think that those two share a class, man, I can't wait to see those two face off.
Oh my goodness, that was an incredible match. Satoshi Kojima, you know what? If he wanted to prove in this match that he could still hang with the big boys, I think that he's got some reflecting to do, because he really needs to work on that conditioning so that he can start capitalizing on some of his impressive moves.
I feel like there were at least 2 or 3 times in this match that Kojima would have had Okada beat, but that conditioning, to your point, Ashton, just wasn't there to capitalize. And Okada...
that right there, that's why Tanahashi is where he is despite being 38. He is where he is because of his incredible conditioning. If Kojima had Tanahashi's conditioning, he might have beaten Okada tonight.
But Okada, that young man, and look at that smile. That smile says everything.
Kojima is completely out of it. He needed the help of Jay White and David Finlay just to walk. Okada, though, seems like Okada is pretty with it. He's standing in the ring right now, posing with the title, with Goto. And yeah, he actually has a mic. He's going to speak. Sadly, we do not understand Japanese, so we won't be able to offer a translation. I'm sure there are plenty of websites that can do that for you folks, but looking back, this was an excellent day of G1. I'm sure it would have been made better if we could have gotten Nakamura versus Elgin, but at the end of the day, it was still a very good show.
Absolutely. Okada wins. He's 3-0. He joins Ishii. Only 2 men in that space. Ishii and Okada, they're set to face off in the future. That is going to be something else.
And it's not just 2 men in their block, but 2 men in the entire tournament. There are two men, the only 2 men out of the 20 available that have not lost a match yet.
That is 1/10 of the competitors that only have 3-0 records. Think about that, folks.
That's how competitive this tournament is. And you know what? It's funny because those are the only 2 guys that are 3-0. On that same note, there are only 2 guys right now that are 0-3, that being Doc Gallows and Tomoaki Honma.
Exactly. Man, this G1 Climax, it continues to roll on. Okada tonight makes it rain, both money and all over Kojima's parade. And that is why he is the world champion. What a sight in that ring.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, as far as G1 coverage go, we will be back for tomorrow's show. But as far as this channel goes, Twitwow, Ian Izzle, whatever you want to call it, the channel itself, we are going to be putting up our Ultima Lucha preview and predictions today within maybe 3 hours of this show, the IWGP or New Japan G1 Climax 2015 Day 6 Part 2 being uploaded. And I believe that's it, John. Is that right? So that'll be just, Ultima Lucha preview predictions tonight, G1 tomorrow, Ultima Lucha live reactions Part 1 tomorrow, NXT Twitwow live tomorrow as well.
Absolutely. It's
All
going to
right.
be something else, guys.
5 different recordings over the course of 2 days. The only people on the planet that can pull it off is us, Team Twitwell, ladies and gentlemen. So we will see you for Ultima Lucha preview predictions, or if you're only here for the G1 coverage, that is understandable, and we will see you for tomorrow's show.